Y'all smell that? Hold on.
One time, get that money. Stack up to $1 million one time. Where we at? Back up in the building one time. Shout out to the real one time. Hey. You might have had some, but you need a real one. Hey. You might have had some, but you need a real one. Hey.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Elena and I'm a 23-year-old Pisces. And if it's not your first time here, you already know I appreciate your mind, body, and soul. And may God bless you to be the richest person on the earth. And guys, hey, I'm back with another informational video, and I'm so excited about this one because a lot of people don't know the little bit of like hints that you need to know when it comes to leasing a car. So before we get into this video, I just want you guys to right now subscribe to my channel. We made it to 500 subscribers, y'all. Like, honestly, I love you guys so much because in my last video, if you haven't watched my girl talk video, make sure you go watch that now because it was bomb. But in my last video, we talked about how we were so close to hitting 500 subscribers and we are now at like 512 or something like that. So if you're watching and you see the subscriber count at still 512, subscribe. You love it here, I promise. Okay, leasing a car. Yes, I know. If you're thinking about leasing a car right now, I know that you're a little bit like anxious. You're a little bit nervous, you're a little bit indecisive. I know. This is where I come into play. If you're listening to me right now, I'm gonna tell you to lease the car. Lease the car. I know a lot of people keep saying this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, you need to do what you want to do. Didn't we learn that in the last girl talk? Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you guys is don't listen to what people have to say. Do your own research, figure out what's best for you, and do what you want to do. If you are in a family who was blessed enough to have a whole bunch of cars laying around to where when you're 17 years old and you get your license, that car that's in the driveway that's been sitting there for years, yeah, it's waiting for you. Like, if you're blessed enough to have that situation where you don't have to worry about having to go and purchase a car from somebody who you don't even trust, from somebody who like can give you a shitty ass car and you gotta pay all this money for it, you know what I mean? This is why I suggest leasing. They say when you're financing a car, like, it's yours, but that car is not yours until you finish paying it off in 5 years. And then when 5 years come, you get it in 2020 and then it's 2025 and now you're like, okay, well, I kind of want a newer car, and then you're gonna go ahead and you just finish buying this car, but you're gonna go ahead and like probably sell it to somebody for another price, and then you're gonna go ahead and get another car. So like, if you're a type of person who is gonna want a car to have it until like forever, like if that's your game plan, then that's your game plan, you know what I mean? But if you're kind of like a person who goes with life, who appreciates change and stuff like that, I definitely recommend that you lease a car, because that goes into my next point. Like, change, y'all, change. When I did my research and I heard somebody say like you're able to make change in your life when you're leasing a car, like, it just made perfect sense to me. I want you to think about your life the last 3 years and where you've been and the jobs you had and the income you had and all that stuff. Because I can think about my past, and it's like, out of all the years that people told me, you don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years, don't lease that car, you don't know if you're going to have a job in 2 years, don't lease that car. And here I am now, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, still with an income, still with a job. You know what I mean? It's like, if you know you got a car note, you're definitely gonna make sure you always have a job. So I just think that when it comes to like life and stuff, you shouldn't pause. You shouldn't not lease a car because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. The biggest thing I love about my car and my lease is the fact that I feel so safe when I'm driving. Like, every time I get into my car, I'm like, yes. Like, when you lease a car, I don't know if you know this, but you can't lease anything that's not new. So a lease is a new car. So my car is a 2020, and because it is a 2020, it has all of the features to keep me safe. Like, when I'm swerving into another lane, like, my car literally, like, my steering wheel will like lock up if I'm driving this way, and it's like, it starts to drive me back this way, to the point that if I let my hands go off the wheel, my car will literally go from this to this and straight. Like, Love it, love it, love it, love it. To the point where if the car in front of me is braking too hard and I don't realize that it's braking as hard as it's braking, and like in a second, like, you know when you drive and it's like, whoa, you don't realize how fast that car is braking until your car is the one like coming to it. Yeah, my car will realize that before anything, and it'll be like, beep, 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 brake, like, you need to brake or you're gonna hit this car. Or for instance, what my car does too, if I'm driving and the car in front of me is about to make a right and I kind of want to go around them type of thing, my car will literally brake. Like if I get too close to that car and I'm about to swerve to go around, my car literally goes like, it presses on the brakes by itself. It goes brake, 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 and I'd be like, oh! It wasn't that serious, Stormy. I was just trying to go around the car. Like, damn. Another beneficial part I had to my lease was I leased my car in the month of March, and in the month of March they had a deal going on that if you leased the car, you didn't have to worry about any oil change for your entire lease. So now when my car tells me that I need an oil change, I just literally go to the service area, I get my little oil change and I leave. I don't have to pay for nothing. I'm like, it's literally the best thing ever. You don't have to pay for an oil change, and it's synthetic, and it's good oil. Like, they don't be giving you that $30 oil, they give you the $60 oil. They not cheap. That goes into my next point, service area. Like, when you are leasing a car, it's literally the best thing because you don't have to worry about anything. Your car is under in warranty. You don't have to worry about anything except for the oil change and the little bit of service that it needs, like a rim or something, or like a tire. You know what I mean? You bring it right back to your little place. If you got it from Toyota, if you got it from Honda, if you got it from BMW, drive there. Something's wrong with my car. I got a little light on, my tires leaking, or like, I don't know what this means right here, but it's telling me that something needs to be fixed, or like my tire pressure. Okay, no problem. They check it, they fix it, they deal with it. You don't have to worry about any of that. And it's kind of stressful sometimes as a young woman trying to go to a mechanic and like trust that they're gonna do what you want them to do to your car, and they're gonna literally like probably mess it up and make something wrong with this part and that part so that you can come back and spend more money. You know what I mean? And in the dealerships, they not trying to do none of that. They ain't they not trying to break nothing to fix it again. They just want the car fixed at its highest condition, and that's it. Another thing I want to talk about is a down payment. Like, I don't know how true this is, but I had somebody who experienced this, so I'm just gonna go off of their word and say that this is something that happens. But down payments are negotiable. I put down $1,000 down payment when I leased my car, but I didn't know until after that I didn't even have to do that, and I could have still gotten a low rate. You know what I mean? So the higher your down payment is, the lower your monthly rate is going to be, and that's what they tell you. You know what I mean? So a lot of dealers don't tell you certain things, like you don't have to put down a down payment, and like you can like negotiate a way to still bring that monthly rate down without having to put down that down payment, because supposedly that down payment just goes like into their pocket or something like that. I'm not too sure on that, so don't quote me for sure. But what I am sure about is mileage. So a lot of people don't want to lease a car because they're like, oh, don't lease a car, then you're not going to be able to drive here, drive there, because you got to watch your miles, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Like, and when I got my car, I spoke to my salesman and I told him, like, hey, you think you can up my mileage to the most you can do for me? Because I know that I'm going to be, like, you know, doing a lot of driving. Like, in my Nissan, I had my Nissan for, like, half a year, and I already almost went over 10,000 miles. You know what I mean? So in a way, I kind of was like, I was nervous. Like, I want to up that because I don't want to have to worry about that, having to pay that at the end. You know what I mean? And what he told me was that not to worry about that. He was like, oh, so you know, a lot of people don't know this, but you can roll your mileage over to the next lease. So for instance, I leased the car with the company that I'm going to want to continue to lease with, you know what I mean? So in 3 years when I'm done with this lease, I'm going to continue leasing with this company. And he told me, as long as you come back, like, we can roll those mileage over to your next payment. And how that works is, like, let's just say you go over, so I think it was like 15 cents per mile. And so let's say, like, I went over mileage and it came up to be like 3,000 miles. If my next thing in total is like 23,000, it'll be 26,000, and then that just gets divided up into payments. And so yeah, that's just my advice to you, because I know a lot of people are skeptical about leasing, and I feel like leasing my car was the best thing I could have ever done. I hope this video helped in some way, shape, or form. I hope it was informational. I always feel like when I do these videos, I'm always like all over the place, but I hope you guys don't feel that way. Let me know down below if you have any more questions. Make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram, because we lit over there. I try and like post on my stories all the time for you guys. I'm gonna try and do like more stuff to have like interactions and stuff with you guys. I find that when I do interactions, I get a lot of ideas for YouTube. So I might continue to ask you guys questions. So please answer and support. And if you don't know, don't forget that your girl started a business, and hold on, I have it with me now. I can show you. So your girl started a business. It's called 97 Trays. Here's one of them. This one's from Mama Elena, and they ordered one like a couple weeks ago, a month ago or something like that. And then they actually ordered 4 more. So they got 2 gold ones and 2 black ones like this with the gold glitter. And honestly, love. And we appreciate them. They sell Dominican food. Make sure you go check out the restaurant, check out their page, all that good stuff. Mama Elena's. Oh, and my name is Elena. Yeah, this is not my restaurant, guys. No, not my restaurant. I wish. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video, okay?